So in Annetarsia, I would be linking the old yarn over the new yarn to connect the colors. But if I did that here, this is the end, because I'm at the end of my setup round and the yarn I need is over here. And that's why working Annetarsia in the round is physically not possible, because I need to link this yarn and it's in the wrong place. So in my method of working in the round, you are still going to do a knit row and a purl row. We're just going to do a magic trick so that nobody can tell you did that. So in order to make that happen, I'm going to turn the work. And here is the yarn I just finished with. I just finished knitting these stitches, and now I'm going to purl back. But before I purl back, I'm going to pre-link the yarn. So I'm going to take the yarn that I needed and I'm going to place it over this pink, and that's going to link that yarn. So I'm going to purl a few stitches and show you what happens. Now you'll notice that here there is a gap between these. That's because of this end. This end isn't connected to that. Don't worry about it. When we bury the end, we're going to go ahead before we bury it and we're going to link that in and pull it up nice and snug. For now, just let it go and just don't worry about that. But you will see that you've created a loop here because of this link that we made with the pink. This loop is the key to the Annetarsia technique. So when you get around to here and you link the white yarn over the pink through here, these stitches are going to be purled with this loop. You don't need to add a marker to show the beginning of the round. All you need to do is look at your work and look for the loop. Where the loop is designates the last motif on that row. So I'm going to continue to purl this motif. And now all of the colors are right where I need them to be. Just go ahead and pull out what you need from your butterfly. If you want to untangle your butterflies as you go, that's fine. I usually don't take the time. I wait until something won't move and then I look and see where the troublemaker is. But as you keep going, you're going to find that your yarn is right where you need it to be. So you place that old yarn over the new yarn and make sure it's linked. Now this stitch is wonky and that's because of the end, and I'm just going to snug that up. I'm going to continue working around the round and I'll meet you when I get back to the loop. So now I've made it to the loop and I'm going to take the old over the new, and that means taking the yarn I was using, the white, and putting it through the loop like Santa down through the chimney, and I can pull as much yarn out of this butterfly as I need to purl that last section. Okay, so, and that last stitch is loose because of course it was the end. So now I'm going to pull the loop tight and snug it up, and now it looks like every other section on the needle. And as you do this, it's going to all look identical. So although I've been knitting and purling, you will not be able to tell. So now I've used up all of my loop, and that means I am done with this row. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the work again and do the same thing on the other side. Now, savvy knitters may notice that I don't really need to make a loop here because this is linked, and I could just go around and make a loop every other round. The reason I don't recommend you do this is that your seam will not look identical to all the others. It won't be as sturdy, and it also won't be as pretty, and you'll be able to know where it started, stopped. So it's not any big deal, really. You just make another loop, you take that yarn over the next yarn, and you start knitting around. You should always have a loop on your needle. You should have one loop and only one loop. This is what tells you what the last section of your work is, and this is what makes it look invisible. So now I'm going to go ahead and go around again, work the loop, and that's it. That's all there is to it. If it feels too easy, you're doing it correctly. That is the trick for Annetarsia.